The New York Yankees and LA Dodgers will meet in the World Series for the first time since 1981, a matchup of the two biggest markets, the biggest spenders. For a lot of you out there, this is the worst possible matchup, the rich versus the rich. And I'll admit I'm not too thrilled about it either. I wanted to see an upset in the postseason. Instead, we got the two number one seeds. No little guy, no little city, no Cinderella story. But this matchup, Dodgers versus Yankees, is the best thing to happen for baseball right now. It's best for Major League Baseball, best for baseball in America, and best for baseball all around the world. I say that for this year only. If this becomes a regular occurrence, it could be very bad for baseball. You don't want the two biggest markets dominating every year. You want fans in every market in Major League Baseball to feel like they have a chance. People are already acting like a Dodgers-Yankees World Series is a regular thing, but it's not. It hasn't happened in 43 years. So this is a good thing we get to see these teams with massive fan bases face off in the World Series. But there is the danger of this repeating. These two ball clubs are among the best year after year, but we were spared a Yankees-Dodgers World Series all these years up until now. Hopefully it doesn't happen all the time. Anyway, you all know MLB has been dreaming of this World Series matchup for a long time. Strong ratings are all but guaranteed. More viewers, more attention, more money. And to be honest, MLB could really use this. The World Series has been in a major slump. Everything else has been positive since the rule changes were implemented. Attendance is at a 7-year high. Regular season and postseason TV ratings are up the last 2 years. But the main event could not be in worse shape. The last 4 World Series are the 4 least viewed World Series ever. Last year was the worst ever. With all the success MLB has had the last 2 years, with more fans coming to the games, more tuning in at home, more social media interaction, World Series ratings are the one thing they need to see a rebound in. This year's matchup will certainly attract more viewers than last year, even if it's a sweep, which I would be really surprised to see. I think it'll go 6 or 7 games. They should hope for, at a minimum, to see the highest ratings since 2018, the last time the Dodgers were in it. And anything less than an 8-year high in ratings will be a bit of a letdown. That'll mean the highest ratings since the 2016 Cubs-Indians World Series. I don't expect this year's World Series to top that one. Would be great if they did, but I don't see it happening. An 8-year high would mean ratings should top the 2 Dodgers World Series in 2017 and 2018, because this one involves the Yankees. 2018 had the Red Sox, but the Dodgers didn't put up much of a fight, so ratings weren't so great. And it's not just the teams, but the players, particularly Judge and Ohtani, the 2 best hitters in the present era of Major League Baseball. Ohtani could never get here before because he was with the Angels. Before Ohtani, Trout was the face of Major League Baseball, also an Angel. So all those great seasons they had never ended in a trip to the World Series. This year we've got not one, but the 2 best players in MLB, easily recognizable, easily marketable, both in their prime. Both inevitably will win the MVP awards for this season. You couldn't ask for 2 better faces on the teams. In fact, the last time a World Series featured the 2 number 1 seeds and the 2 league MVPs for the season was 1976. Not just for fans in America either. In Japan, of course they wanted to see the Dodgers there. They would have also enjoyed seeing Senga pitch for the Mets in the World Series, or Darvish for the Padres, but Ohtani is not only the face of Japanese baseball, he is no doubt the most popular athlete in the country, and safe to say the most popular person in the country. His name and his face are everywhere. Every little accomplishment he's had this year has been big news in Japan. There have only been 2 ballplayers in MLB that are revered like this in Japan, Ohtani and Ichiro. But Ichiro never made it to the World Series, hardly saw any postseason action. So for Japanese fans, this World Series will be like no other, where the best the country has to offer is playing for a World Series title. The closest to that was the 2009 World Series when Hideki Matsui was World Series MVP for the Yankees. That's what makes the Yankees a fitting opponent for the Dodgers here. And also that the Yankees have the best American hitter, Judge, while the Dodgers have the best Japanese hitter, Ohtani. Sort of like when USA met Japan in the WBC final, and we had Trout versus Ohtani. Only this is an even better matchup. Trout's best days were last decade, so it wasn't really best versus the best. As for Judge and Ohtani, their best time is right now. Look at this, NLDS Game 5, Dodgers and Padres was the most watched MLB postseason game ever in Japan. Almost 13 million viewers, 12.9 million to be exact. That's more total viewers than in the US, despite the US having almost 3 times the population. World Series games 1 and 2 and 6 and 7 are scheduled for Saturday and Sunday mornings in Japan. They'll certainly be able to top the record ratings set in the NLDS. There won't be an all-Japanese starting pitcher duel this time, but Ohtani will be there, Yamamoto will be there, and the stakes will be much higher this time. And as baseball grows around the world and the sport is being watched in certain parts of the world for the first time, these are two teams that people are more likely to be familiar with. Yankees and Dodgers are two of the most recognizable, if not the most recognizable, baseball brands in the entire world. Especially the Yankees. That logo is everywhere, worn by people who maybe don't even know what it represents. But as many people will be watching the World Series for the first time, that logo, Yankees, maybe Dodgers too, is something they can easily identify. So that's why I think this matchup is a good one, so long as it doesn't become an annual thing. This time next year it'll be totally different, as we'll be looking at a Rays-Marlins World Series that finally energizes the fans in Florida, or something like that. But anyway, that's just what I think. Let us know what you think down in the comments. That's all for this one, and until next time, this is Baseball International. See ya!